We're going to talk about time loop scams or time loop. We're going to talk about it. Greetings, everyone, to the fam, to the Moors. This is Staying in the Light podcast. And we're going to get all these whistles and captions and all that. And we're going to get something to fill our screen with so you can have a visual. So just hold on. We're working on it. Time loops. What is a time loop? A time loop is something you give your attention to based on what somebody told you, what you see, what's in your own mind, tradition. They can come from anywhere. The, what I want to speak about is how do you escape these time loops? Oh, this is a fascinating subject because I've been in so many time loops myself and didn't realize it at the time. See, that thing about a time loop, you don't know you're in it. Nobody can tell you, nobody can share with you, you in a time loop, brother. You in a time loop, sister. Because you don't know what a time loop is and you probably wouldn't listen anyway. Well, it's something you seek to gain an advantage out of or it satisfies you in some way. And you just have to find out. You're going to find out later that it didn't serve you very well. That time loop did not serve you. It took your time, it took your resources. Well, you actually gave it up willingly. You can't say it took it. So, the important thing in this audio or this radio is that I'm going to share with you how to escape these time loops because there's always a warning. You know, you have an inner voice, an inner spirit, an inner mind. That's what you have to rely on. In other words, the way you get caught in a time loop is based on your outer ears, which someone tells you, or what you see, your outer eyes. Everything is outside of you that gets you wrapped up. And the way you escape being caught up is within. You have to listen to that inner voice, the inner ear. You got to see it with your spiritual eye, not with your two eyes, your spiritual eyes, not with your two ears, your spiritual ear. That's the creator in you that will enlighten you if something warrants your attention or not. You got to just meditate on things and seek guidance because all deception is self-imposed. Nobody can really deceive you. You deceive yourself. So I hope this assists you. It's really is something because when you caught in a time loop, excuse me, when you're caught in a time loop, it's like time stands still. In a way, the reason why time stands still is because you're not advancing. That's not a good thing. You're doing the same thing every day and expecting something to be different based on tradition or what your family taught you or what the schools miseducated you with or what friends have miseducated you with, what your own thinking has miseducated you with. So this is a time of high enlightenment. You don't have to believe what they tell you on the news. You would know. You would know. You can't be deceived when the spirit is guiding you. That's what's being said. And not any spirit. You got to test these spirits because some of them is what take you to the time loop. So, this is such a. I'm going to be investigating this subject more so I can share more definites with you because I'm still intrigued with this topic. I'm still seeking clarity in my own mind. So I just had to get you started with thinking about it. It's just the idea that you think you're in charge. You can go a long time in your life, many years, thinking you're in charge of everything that you do, but you're following a script that you wrote based on false information. Or it may be the information may not necessarily be false. It just may be its need to serve you for a while. You know, we life to me is like climbing a ladder. You want to keep ascending. You don't want to stall on one level. You have to keep ascending. So when you stall, you're caught in a time loop and take away precious time because that's the only thing you really have here in this realm is your time. So don't let someone cause you to waste it. You know, there's controls out there that really you know, have you who been on the internet who really are students who are seeking knowledge? You see how they got these loops out there to always divert you, and then you get into they bring you to TikTok, and nothing there is educational. It's all foolishness, but it's designed to intrigue you, so you don't turn it off at first. You say, "Oh, this interesting. This funny. This." So it takes you away from what you intend to do. So you really have to practice self discipline, mental discipline, focus. Don't be, do not allow anything to derail you. That's how you know that this is the end times because there's so many distractions out there to keep designed to keep you away from finding your destiny, finding the truth of who you are and what you are here to do. There's so many things out there to distract you. Just like when I'm giving which I think is a very enlightening video, podcast, I feel like somebody's deliberately keeping people from seeing this. That's just my gut feeling. Or when it's something it's not very interesting, but it appeals to the masses. Oh, there's a lot of interaction. There's a lot of people listening. So at that moment, I have created a time loop because it's something that really has very little importance to the in the big scheme of things. That's how you need to look at it. Money, that don't have a really lot of importance in the big scheme of things. No, 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 no. The things that are important to me in the grand scheme of things are health, relationships, maintaining healthy, good relationships, uh, securing yourself, meaning making sure you have means to keep shelter and eat the best foods possible to maintain your health the best way, not depending on someone else. You can get someone advice, but doing it yourself as much as you can. These are things important because money, it comes and goes, you know. I'm gonna give you some example of time loops. Maybe you can get a better understanding of time loops. And I'm not saying these things are bad in a sense of evil. They're just time loops, things that take your time. And number one is sports. I mean, what does it really matter who wins a game? How does that matter? That's just a entertain me, something to keep your mind away from thinking about what you should be thinking about. And I don't know what that is, or you know what it is. Who cares who win a game? Who cares what they're doing out there? These personalities that everyone knows. Who cares about them? Do they care about you? Do they even know you? No, they don't. They got a following, and their following keeps them rich. So why do you care about them? That's a time loop. Who cares about college? Getting a degree. 9 times out of 10 is not going to be useful anyway. I'm just being real with you because I've gone through all that. Getting 2 and 3 degrees. And it's fun, it's interesting at the time, but then when you come to the point of saying, okay, how to apply this, you got to have your own. You got to do everything yourself because there's nothing out there. Uh, I got to do more study on this, more research, and I want you to as well because I'm not relying on YouTube to teach me everything. Some things I get some hints and I go and do my own research, but most of the things I've excelled in, I have done my own research. If someone gives you all the answers, you're in a time loop. That's putting succinctly. That's putting it very distinctly. If someone gives you all the answers, you are in a time loop because you have to have the discipline to go and find the answers for yourself. You got to be a discoverer. If you're not a discoverer, you are being misled in someone else's discovery. They have discovered a way of latching you in, lassoing you in for their agenda, that's going to be to your detriment. It's not going to benefit you. But because you're in a time loop, what's what loop? When I say time loop, it's like you see these hamsters in this wheel that keeps going around and around. That's a loop. They're not getting anywhere. They're just going in circles, and they're giving their energy because you can take that maze and connect it to a mechanical now mechanicalize it, and you can it can be an energy source. Money is an energy source. If you're giving your money, you're giving energy because it takes labor, your labor of some source, past labor, past energy to create that money. So if you're just giving your money someone, you are giving them your energy, and most of the time it's not going to help you at all because even money is a false construct. This is a beautiful topic, and I will be doing more research, and I ask you to do the same as well. This is Staying in the Light Radio, and we out for now.